It's a city where anything can happen. So what could go wrong or right as I hit up LA Unscripted. Freedom, justice, and equality for all. In 1956, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. traveled to Los Angeles spreading his civil rights message. 65 years later, his powerful words still resonate today. Hi everyone, I'm Dana Devin, and we here at LA Unscripted honor and celebrate Black History Month. Now in this LA Revealed, how Inglewood's first Black-owned brewery, Crowns and Hops, came to be.
There's about 8,000 breweries in the U.S., and less than 1% are owned by Black people. We created a movement and a brand truly focused on creating more diversity and inclusion in the craft beer industry.
When we first decided that Crowns and Hops was going to be a brewing company to really start producing our own beer, we felt that it only made sense to release a beer that was dedicated to the very community we started building. So we created a beer called BPLB, Black People Love Beer, or Brown People Love Beer, which was a hazy IPA that we brewed right before the pandemic, actually. That was our first canned beer that we put out to the people, and it got so much traction that we've done different variations of that.
We had to show more brown and Black faces inside of the craft beer industry, from the consumer side to working at the brewery side, and showing what an actual brewery looked and felt like.
Yes, I'm ready to talk beer. For Black History Month, we have some incredible beers. First and foremost, we're starting with Hbcu Hazy Ipa. As you can see, it's one of the more popular and beautiful beers that have hit the market over the past decade. But it's our double dry hopped IPA dedicated to HBCUs. I attended Howard.
I attended Spelman College, so we are giving an absolute shout out to our HBCU alums.
We have this incredible collaboration with Black-owned coffee roaster, Red Bay Coffee out of Oakland, California. And then later in the month, we have two beers dedicated to the music of Black and brown culture, starting with Miles to Italy, which is our Italian Pilsner that we brewed in honor of jazz. And then we also have Royal Verses, which is our double West Coast IPA that we brewed in honor of hip hop.
So for this month, Black History Month, February, we do have some really phenomenal partnerships coming up. We are working with Vans. They're working with a lot of local businesses to create custom sneakers and a custom shirt. Profits from the merch are going directly to the brands. So we'll be releasing a customs Crown Vans sneaker. One is with LinkedIn News. They're doing a campaign very specific for Black History Month called Conversation for Change, where they're featuring some really amazing Black entrepreneurs, change agents, innovators, and we were lucky enough to be featured.
One of our biggest initiatives is our 8 Trill Pills initiative. So last year, we had a $100,000 grant that we partnered with Brewdog, Scottish-based brewing company, to where we created a fund of $100,000, broke it up into 5 micro grants, and really used that to help Black-owned brewing companies. 8 Trill Pills actually is a reference to a statement in the Kellogg Foundation's A Business Case for Racial Equity. It states in the report that if we focus on racial equity today, that our country stands to see an impact of $8 trillion to our national GDP.
Our responsibility is to ensure that the future sees its reflection in everything it wants to be.
Crowns and Hops always been a reminder that people are always deserving of the very best. No matter what your background is, no matter where you live, you are deserving of premium products. And our mission is to preserve culture, to expand palates, psychologically and physically, and to build community. That's at the spirit of who we are. So cheers to that.
In 2019, according to the Brewers Association, 89% of brewers across the country were white. So a toast to trailblazers, crowns, and hops. Now from beer to booze, what to do with all of those bottles? Well, create a bar cart, of course. Now Liberty Chan says cheers to the trend.
Love is in the air. It's February. Valentine's Day is coming up, and we have Lisa Morgan, interior decorator, here to talk about what you can do to kind of keep things spicy and fun and beautiful and very Valentine's Day-esque.
Hi, Liberty. How are you?
What is in front of you? I see lots of red, I see lots of pink, I see lots of color, and I see some alcohol.
So what I wanted to do was help people with decorating things from around their house during Valentine's Day. We're all locked in the house and need something to do and want to be creative, and we can't really celebrate like we usually do. So I thought, how about styling a bar cart? I love to use things from my house. So first of all, the bottom has my trash can. I just put some flowers in it. It's a bling trash can. Apothecary jars to decorate and put hearts in. These are just hearts from Michael's.
I love the bar cart and that little tray you have there.
So what I did is I ordered the charcuterie board from a company called Honey Plate Company. And I asked for a heart for Valentine's Day. And then I just put it on this red glitter doily. On the rest of the set for my bathroom setting, this is just a glitter tray that I use that matches my trash can. And I set up all my liqueurs, and then I have edible glitter, fancy sprinkles to go around my cocktail glasses. And how you do that is you just dip your glass, the rim, in honey, and then you roll it around into the sprinkles. You can find me on Facebook. The Morgan Residence is my business page, and my website is www.morganresidence.com.
I love it so much. These are such great ideas.
Did you know one study shows online alcohol sales are up 262%? You'd need a bar cart in every room. Okay, this party's just getting started. Coming up, Doug Kolk on the deets on locally handmade skateboards, plus guy gifts from the Manly Man Company. Eat your heart out. Then the Orange County Plancha Place open and ready to safely serve. And oh, don't forget the flowers. Your chance to win the best bouquet ever. LA Unscripted, wow, we really do cover it all. From surfing to the modern day hula hoop, so much has been created right here in California. Welcome back to LA Unscripted. I'm Dana Devin, and after growing up in Texas, I really appreciate our city and its culture. And you know who else does too? New Jersey-born Doug Kolk. Now DK the deets on sustainable skateboards, another sport that started right here in our own backyard.
Well, this is super cool because what started as a backyard project with his kids is now a full-fledged business to help keep the family afloat.
It all started in 2015.
I'm a tour manager. I tour with bands like Cypress Hill, Eagles of Death Metal, the Distillers, AWOL Nation, and most recently with Five Finger Death Punch.
I was on tour with a band and brought home a skateboard for my son from our stop in California. A few months later, back in our hometown of Montreal, he went for a skate session after school, missed a turn, and the board got crushed under a car. Instead of buying him a new one, we decided to try making one ourselves.
This was a hobby of mine with my kids, beach board commuters, if you will. This is the deck that you're gonna cruise the street, you go get a coffee with. They're not your typical street deck kickflip kind of, these are nice and comfortable rides, and they're made with love. They're all made by hand.
Our decks took on a look of vintage surfboards with a retro aesthetic.
The old line work, these are all different types of woods, maple, dyed poplar, paddock, and it's all real wood. It's tangible. When this hit, the whole industry just came to a screeching halt. We were all like, what we're gonna do for the next year, looking at the music industry. And I just went like, hell, let's turn this year into something positive. I love a challenge. Let's make a skateboard company, you know, with the kids, and let's make this a real thing.
This then turned into a family business we call Finless Skateboard Company.
It's got to be extra special to you to be able to start this company with the assistance of your children.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, obviously it's hard for all of us that are not touring, but being at home, the ones, you know, of us that have families and spending time with the kids is like, it's priceless. And then also showing them that, you know, when the going gets tough, turn a situation around and let's make the best of this.
To pre-order your Finless skateboard, head to finlessskateboards.com. I'm Doug Kolk with the deets.
Now from boards to bouquets. Listen up, because you could win the most perfect petals from J'adore Les Fleurs, my fave.
Flowers help people survive the difficult times, and they have a huge healing capacity.
What is it about your flowers that are so different than everybody else's?
We definitely think that we have a certain aesthetic, and we stay true to our aesthetic. We take in consideration of the different textures of flowers and how to mix it up together with vibrant colors or softer tones. Freshness of the flowers are very, very important with us.
Inspiration came from the Victorian era head boxes. In 2013, Elisa traveled to Paris. Our mother-in-law is a floral designer, and we wanted to create something that had the Parisian twist. Flower deliveries and sales, I believe, went up a little bit.
And customers calling us saying, oh my God, during the pandemic, your flowers made my grandmother so happy, or made my aunt so happy, or even if it's just because, or an occasion.
Is it true that occasionally you'll go through your comments and you'll pick out someone that commented and you'll send them a free bouquet of flowers?
We love giving back to the community.
I don't have a lot, but I have a vase here. Is there anything you guys can teach me about how to design like a floral arrangement?
I can give you some tips. The first thing that you would need to do is remove the foliage. You don't want to take out too much. You can also shake them to blossom them up a bit. Okay, one thing to always remember is any flower has a face. You always want the flowers to kind of look at you. Another very important tip is you cut the stem and cut it at a 45-degree angle. Stem is able to absorb the water much faster.
Look how pretty that looks.
Dana, we also wanted to let you know that, and all of the viewers know, we want to do a giveaway, and we want to gift an arrangement to participate in the celebration of their Valentine's Day, and the code will be ROSE.
All right, more tips to live the best LA life. Coming up, Liberty and I get our grill on. Fire extinguisher, anyone? Then, will you be my meat heart? What? How to say I love you with beef jerky. Plus, come on, baby, light my fire. A bad bleep discount code for really cool candles. LA Unscripted, things are heating up. All right, y'all know I hate to cook and I love to eat out. So I'm thrilled restaurants are reopening and the hard-hit industry can finally get back to business. Now, Orange County's Descanso Restaurant called to dare Lib and me to get our grill on.
Hi, I'm Chef Fonse from Descanso Restaurant, and Dana, I dare you to come down and play with some fire.
We're teaching you about the ingredients, teaching you about how to cook the food, why we cook certain ingredients. So we really do bring you through like a culinary adventure as opposed to the Benihana Teppan experience.
Welcome to Descanso. We're gonna start with some fried rice. I understand there's a vegetarian.
Yeah, you just look for the high maintenance looking
It's
one.
okay, you know, we can accommodate it, so we'll do that. We'll do half of the rice non-vegan and half of it rice.
We take a lot of pride in using certain ingredients to flavor our food.
Chile morita aioli, which give it that creaminess aside from the egg.
Okay. You did this perfectly because the vegetables are still really crunchy.
Right.
Okay, chef, what's next?
So we're gonna do the rajas, and then you're gonna come help me.
What? What is needed to help?
Onions, poblano chiles, and oyster mushrooms.
Oh, you had me at mushrooms.
The entree is really how the chef comes to life on the grill.
Oh, yeah. All right, here we go. Texas girl. Woo! Woo! I love this. How do we know when the steak is done?
The harder it gets, the more cooked it is.
Interesting. I never knew that.
So now there you go.
I'm learning all kinds of things, Chef Fonzie.
You can go home and like, I know how to cook steak by just touching it.
Be touching everybody's meat.
In Orange County, we do have the ability currently to do indoor dining up to 25% of our stated occupancy. And we do have a patio as well, ventilation inside buildings, and it couldn't be any safer being in our plancha room because we literally have 4 vacuums right above your head that's constantly sucking out the air. I always tell my guests it's probably one of the safest places to dine.
Time to light it up. Ready? Descanso! Well, you know, plancha tables are socially distanced for safety, and the Costa Mesa favorite is open to dine in or take out. Perfect Valentine's Day destination, right? But what do you get the manly man in your life? No, I'm not being sexist. It's what the company is called. Who knew? I love this concept so much. How did you guys come up with the Manly Man Company?
So we started about 4 years ago, almost to the day. And we started with launching our beef jerky flower bouquets, which was really unique. And the idea came to mind, sometime in the previous year. I had just gotten my wife, flowers for, like a just because, or maybe it was, I'm sorry sort of occasion. But there's so many occasions that we, us guys have to give flowers, occasions and holidays that it's actually mandatory. And, my wife and I just got to thinking about it. There's really nothing in that sort of space as a gift for men, and the fruit bouquet, I'm sorry, is not going to cut it for me. So we got to thinking and just kind of combined 2 of my favorite, products, which are beef jerky and beer. So each of our flower bouquets comes in a beer mug or a pint glass.
When you think about Valentine's Day, often you think of the woman, and even for kids, you can think about Valentine's Day, but rarely do you think about the man. I feel like this is finally something the guy can enjoy on Valentine's Day.
Women love giving this to them as much as the guys love receiving it. They say things like, for all the years you bought me flowers, I can finally get you flowers that you'll like.
What has been the reaction when people are getting these?
Shock and awe. Like, people really haven't seen anything like this. And I really don't know who enjoys it more, to be honest. Like, who's having more fun with it, the person receiving it or the person, giving it?
Everyone knows about the candy hearts, but these are the meat hearts, and they say all different messages on them, which are hilarious.
Which are tiny little heart-shaped pieces of beef jerky, laser engraved with messages like beef mind and just other fun, sort of playful, catered towards the holiday.
I have to say, one of my favorites is the Valentine's Day card.
You got the gift, but you also need to have a gift card, okay? Paper is a little old and dull. We wanted something a little bit different, so we give our customers the opportunity to write their gift message on a piece of beef jerky.
And even when you go in like Rite Aid or wherever, you see the hearts are red and pink and they've got bows on them, but this is like a manly man heart full of candy.
And that is our black branded Manly Man tin with Scotch infused caramels.
How people can order and where they can find you.
Go on our website to make a purchase today at manlymanco.com. Our Instagram is manlymanco.
You guys, congratulations on such a great product. And it was nice to meet you. Get it? Meet you. Who wants to be my meat heart? All right, next, wax on. You've seen the candles here before, and now a discount code that's straight fire.
saw a lot of people buying funny named candles, so I just went out and decided that it was time to make a brand based around people needing to unleash their inner badass, you know?
And the names are my favorite part. Your Bad Bleep candles are back for Valentine's Day, right?
Oh, they sure are. We have a ton of products, a ton of new ones.
And what would you say would be the ideal ones for Valentine's Day?
Well, if you're into Baby Yoda, Yoda Best is probably the hot seller right now. Wine is my Valentine.
Of course, that one. That's perfect.
Yeah, Love and Rosé.
Are you guys offering any Valentine specials online?
We have this rose teddy bear.
Okay.
And it comes with an I want to blank you, which is basically K-I blank blank you. So it could either be I want to kill you or I want to kiss you.
I haven't met a whole lot of guys in my life that appreciate a good candle.
To make something that, you know, women and men could appreciate. We went with phenomenal scents and great packaging because we knew women would appreciate that. A darker, you know, name because we figured a few more men might like that, and it's working right now. We're about 60-40.
You guys actually have something special for our viewers.
For LA Unscripted viewers, we have a discount code called LA Badass, and it gets you 15% off your first order.
And you know you can never go wrong with candles. All right, now I'm burnt out, Unscripters, but promise we'll be shining bright again tomorrow. So come on back. You can't live without us, right?